Hello everyone, Nishant here from learnqaskill. In today's video, we are going to discuss the test planning document and what are the different content available in a test plan document. So first section will be there in the test plan document is the objective. Objective is nothing but a aim of a test plan. So in this section, what are the good process and procedure we have to follow to deliver a quality product to the customer or a client, that will be given in the objective section. Next is a scope. In this section, what are all different modules or features to be tested, that details given over here, and what are the features that are not to be tested, that also mentioned over here. Then next is a test environments. In this section, configuration details about the test environment setup, that will be listed over here. Next is a test strategy. So in this section, what is the test strategy we will be following throughout our testing process, so that will be mentioned over here. Test strategy, like what are the levels of testing we have to follow, then what are the types of testing we are going to follow for this project, then what are the different test design techniques we will be following for this project. Then next is a automation plan. If this project is feasible for automation, so plan will be there for automation. Next is a defect reporting procedure. During the testing process, if there is any defect found, so how that defect will be reported, what are the different details we have to provide for that defect, so that all details will be mentioned in this section. Next is a roles and responsibilities. So in this section, all the roles and responsibilities for that person will be mentioned over here, like what are the responsibilities for test manager, what are the responsibilities for test lead, or what are the responsibilities for QA team members. So that all will be mentioned over here point by point. Then next is a test schedule. So in this section, schedule will be there for testing activities, like when the testing will be start and which testing activities will be performed at what time, and when the testing activities will be end. So this all the schedule will be there in this section. Then next one is a test deliverables. So test deliverables is nothing but the artifacts or the documents which we have created throughout the testing process. Like throughout the testing process, we create a different kind of document like test cases, test scenario, then test report, bug report. So this all deliverables will be mentioned over here. So what are the different deliverables we have to create throughout the testing process? So that details will be mentioned in the test deliverable section. Then next is the entry and exit criteria. So in the last video, like in the software testing life cycle, in detail we have discussed this thing. So what is the entry criteria and the exit criteria? You can watch that video. I will give the link in the below description. Entry and exit criteria is a set of conditions that met before the particular phase can begin. Next is a suspension and resumption criteria. Suspension means when we have to suspend the testing activity. Here I will take few examples. First example, like any serious defect is found which is highly impacting our testing process. So in that case we have to suspend our testing activity. And the second example is if hardware and software is not available. So in that case as well we have to suspend the testing activities. And when we can resume this testing activity, once that defect is fixed, then we can resume the testing activity, or the particular hardware or a software is available, then we can resume our testing activity again. So this is about the suspension and resumption criteria. Next is a tools. So what are all different tools are needed throughout the testing process or completing the project. So those all the tools will be mentioned over here. Then next is a risk and mitigation plan. So while working on the project, if there is any risk associated with the project, that risk are mentioned over here, and how we can overcome or mitigate that risk. So that plan also mentioned over here. So this is the risk and mitigation plan section. Then next and last one is a approval section. In this section, for what document or for which document approval is needed and who is going to provide that approval and what is the approval process, that will be mentioned over in the approval section. So these are the different section or attributes we can say that available in the test plan document.